Well, clearly the hypnosis worked on Wednesday night, but now coming off a Game 1
Yeah.
win, what do you expect from both your team and from the Jets after you've had 60 minutes under your belts in this series?
Yeah. Well, I think that's the great part about a playoff series. It's everyone's looking at their own adjustments. What they want to do differently, what they thought worked, what they got to get better at. That's what we're doing. I'm sure Arnie's doing the same thing. So, I expect them to be better in the areas that maybe we expose them at, and we're trying to do the same thing on our end.
I haven't seen who's out there for your optional yet. Is Miro a possibility, or is he?
Miro's out.
He's out for
Yeah.
tonight. Okay.
Yeah, same lineup as last game.
What have you seen from the defense? We've asked you this before, but just little things. Guys have stepped up quite a bit. The Petrovics,
solid.
Cody's.
They've, they're. It's a different group, obviously, without Miro in there, and a different group than probably we've played with in the past. When you think about guys like Nils Lundqvist, we had more puck movers and a little more offense from our defensemen joining the rush. This group is big and solid, and they take a lot of pride in defending, and so we're built a little differently that way, but I think they've been really effective.
Analytically, you guys give up more shots or more shot attempts. Does that change how things go? I mean, I think early in the year when Miro was here, it was like 26 shots a game. In the last part, it was like 32 or whatever.
Does that surprise you?
Yes.
Really?
No, I'm joking. It's just.
I mean, you're taking one of the best
Yeah.
defensemen in the world out of your lineup. And when I say best defenseman in the world, he might be in the top 5 defensively. So not gap. Not it doesn't even take into account the puck possession and the time we have the puck when he's on the ice. So that doesn't surprise me. But we found different ways, and we give up some shots. But we just came off a 7-game series against Colorado Avalanche. There's not a team in the world that isn't going to give up shots. So I'm okay with that.
Analytically, like S is a guy who gives up shots and yet is plus 30 something.
Yeah.
I mean, it's interesting because it doesn't make sense on paper, but it makes
Yeah.
sense when you watch him.
Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, and that's why it's, statistics are dangerous, sometimes. I think that's why you have to watch the game and the eye test and see what's really going on.
Hey, Pete.
Hey, Neil.
When you're kind of putting a new line together, like the Marchment, Johnson,
Yeah.
Robertson line, this time of year, how do you evaluate them? How quickly do you want to see things start
Yeah.
to click? And just how does that process work?
It's a good question. I mean, you want to give it time to work, and it's always also the situational. I mean, Jason Robertson hasn't played yet in the playoffs till last game, so you want to give him a few games to at least get up to speed before you start making judgments on his play or the line's play that he's playing on, because that's just real. He's jumping into the deep end of the pool here, and he hasn't really even been skating until the last week. And having said that, I thought he did a great job. He came in and while he didn't play his usual game where he's dangerous offensively, he came in and did what we asked him to do, which was not disrupt our group. And he did a lot of little things. He finished checks. He won board battles. He was heavy. He was hard. He was good defensively. So, real credit to his buy-in to what's going on with our group to come in that situation and not try and impose his game on what we're doing. He just fit into what we're doing. And I want to say that because that's not easy to do when you're judged on points and scoring. So, credit to him for that. But, we're going to give it some time. I like the idea of our lines right now, and I think they're going to work, so I want to give them a little bit of runway.